carry.
What kind of a start is he going to get here? Yeah, of course. PA's a carry, but if I had a PA off lane, I'd be like, oh no, I'm not doubling down.
Okay.
I think...
You're one of those guys who double downs after looking at the lineup.
Oh yeah, of course. Of course. No, maybe that's the right thing to do, but perhaps it'll be something else as well. All right. Well, Supreme, he knows he's going to get himself his refraction charges burned, so he has gone for the refractor one. I think it's the more normal one, but I think that makes a lot of sense here.
Don't you always get this? Do you ever get the side blade slow facet?
I don't think so.
I feel like you don't ever get it.
I'm just looking at the bright side, you know? Trying to anyway.
So what does the bright side tell you about this game right now? Huh, Richie?
Off-lane Ember.
Who do you favor? Off-lane Ember?
Yeah, it's just so crazy. It just might work unless they. Oh no! Olnet is kind of getting a little bit of split target priority, but he does have 4 Fury Swipes here on the Ember. If he gets a 5th, oof, that's already half HP there for Divine Llama. Not how he wanted to start his lane here. And Analog's a little bit of a cheesy mid player. I don't know if I got my points across as I was hoping to when I was listing off the heroes that he likes to play. But he likes, he's actually doing a lot of Monkey King mid, which is super legit right now, by the way. He's an Arc Warden player, you know.
Monkey King mid is imbalanced in the right matchup. Like if you win his lane with that hero, he just goes around killing your side lanes. I think no other mid hero can actually match that type of pace and aggression as a Monkey King
the
mid.
Simeon Stride, it's just too crazy. I've got to completely agree with you, yeah.
Do you know what's the secret, Richie? You get a neutral item that regens HP for you, so you're always 90% HP.
Yeah, seems legit. Just keeping an eye on this mid matchup, of course. Analog, he's going to want to keep his HP low thanks to Berserker's Blood. Supreme has refraction charges. Those will be burned through in an instant. 5 stacks of burning spears. I still love the tooltip on this. You are on fire, all caps. Just a lovely tooltip there. As Analog is going to really try and keep control over this creep wave area, making sure that Supreme's not allowed to get much. How do you, not looking at the Alchemist team, you know, not looking at the Alks team, right? Because we already know, King Jungle's gets a Gris dive. He's going to be just fine. Had just enough experience for that. But not looking out the Alks team, right? Ignoring the Huskar and the off-lane Ember Spirit. How do you think this Alk has fared in this draft? Because this was a 2nd pick overall Alchemist, right? MOUZ got to pick 4 heroes into the Alk. And still heroic, they feel like it's okay. They can still run a carry at the end of the day.
I'm a bit upset that it's not a mid hero that can use bottle. It's a Huskar.
I see. Well, he's not support, is he? He's a carry Alk.
Yeah, but I think you should actually still do it, even if you're a carry out. Because let me ask you a question, Richie. Who makes space in a game for the carry to farm? Tell me.
My offlane Ember Spirit, of course.
The correct answer is my mid laner. So you buy a bottle for him. It's called investing. You're investing your extra cash.
Yeah, but does Huskar, he doesn't need a bottle. What does he need?
Not Huskar, not this game, because they pay
Well, exactly. But you're saying you like the strat in general.
Yes.
You just like Sin Q. Just say you like Sin Q.
You refuted my idea by saying Alk is a carry this game. Winter, don't be an idiot and do it on a carry out. But I'm saying you should still do it if you're a carry out.
Wow. That's bold. That's a bold call.
That's not bold. Just get me my bottle next time you play out.
Sounds good. Next time I play Alk, I will buy you a bottle. How about that?
Yes.
And how about this Ember? Divine Llama is seemingly doing just fine down here. Presumably this lane gets much more difficult when
if this
Olin
game
has some more levels.
He can actually win with the offlane Ember. It just means the Ember is just way too strong.
He's that good.
Yeah. So he's buying no talisman, face boots. So I guess you're just playing no different from the mid Ember apart from the fact that you just don't buy bottle in the early game.
Suppose, yeah. Get XP a bit slower.
Yeah, but this hero kind of revolves around getting XP fast, and you get to bully the other heroes with your sleight of fist.
Well, he's gone for the chain gang facet, so perhaps he can look to try and connect with the Huskar and secure kills. You know, get a quick little chain gang on a Supreme, gang, and he dies. Top lane, K1. Okay, good damage really on the Force. As now Narman taking a bit more of his own, a bit harassed, but ultimately is still going to be fine. And, well, as we kind of expected, Supreme has been booted into the jungle right around level 3.5. And, well, that's just 24 pick Huskar things, isn't it?
Huskar against TA. What can you do? Jungle. I mean, TA is okay, you know, it's not the worst hero to get into. Like some heroes, when you get into these specific matchups, you feel like you can't do anything, but TA can jungle relatively quickly with Reflection and Sideblade, so it's not that.
I think it's better than Ember Huskar, right? As an Ember, you're like, well, now I'm sad.
I'm sure there are
like, okay,
some worse matchups than that, but yeah, you get the point.
So here's my last question, as we're still in this laning phase, of course, with Analog completely having his domain over this mid lane. My last question for you is, do you think this last pick, hold on, as Hector, he's going to be fine actually, Norman.
I'm going to answer the question. He needs to win more with this last pick because their draft looks so wonky with the Huskar. They've sacrificed the synergy of the draft just to win the lane, you know.
Because it does seem like it was like fly by the seat of your pants, right? It's not like we like this Huskar was the last puzzle piece of this draft. I think it was just a big middle finger to Supreme more than anything.
I like the way you see it.
Which is fine. Like, that's a strat, right? There's nothing wrong with it. But or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is a synergy here that we're not seeing. I mean,
I already told you the synergy. Everybody buff the Huskar. The Elk buys Academics for the Huskar.
Yeah.
And then you Sunray behind him. You stay behind him. Yeah.
Genius. Tell you what, actually.
Come on, it's a strat. I swear, you know, one of those teams, you're going to do it and you're going to shut up. You're going to stop laughing at me.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. How about that? Oh, by the way, something important to note. Actually, I don't think it's going to be that important, but something that's really interesting is that these Clockwork Cogs, Winter, will have literally zero effect on Huskar. Because he has no mana. So you cannot push him with Cogs.
But you can still boink him, right?
No, he does not have mana. He doesn't have mana to burn. If you try and push a Cog at him, it'll be like a melee creep.
Huh?
He doesn't have mana.
Well, that does not make sense.
What are you talking about? It doesn't make sense. He doesn't have mana.
Yeah, but you should still be able to push him without burning mana. I mean, Wisdom Runes.
You're gonna see. Just you wait.
Yeah, but I'm just telling you it doesn't make sense if it works that way.
He's going for an invade. Oh, the Cogs. Yeah, perfectly placed here. Schofield is a little bit too skinny here to be hit. Meanwhile, underneath the tower, Mech can heal. Ooh, as they chase after Hector, but the rotation's now from King Jungles and Analog coming on through. We get a first blood 7 minutes in. Wisdom Runes will go 2 for MOUZ, however, as we did see Bengen collect the Wisdom in the bot lane. And now, Olmet, he's got his Overpower ready to go. Divine Llama already. Just one stack of Furious Reps. He's going to be just fine here. Oh my god, he is going for Mechanism on this Ember Spirit.
Eat your words, Richie.
I'm eating them right now. I'm eating them right now. I can't believe it.
So it'll be what? Mech into Shiva's god. That's tank. I mean, it's physical damage reduction as a T and Ursa in the game. Should be very useful.
Yeah, I suppose so. We can see here our mid lane matchup. No surprise really that Analog comes out on top by quite a margin. But you can still see the last hits, not bad here for Supreme.
He lost his tower though.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And MOUZ haven't really been able to put too much pressure here onto Hector K1. They did get him a bit low, but all it cost him was a Wisdom Rune. We'll see if that really ends up making a big deal. Just might, as these supports are slightly under-leveled. Hector. Trapped inside Cogs.
Slow fight on Enigma. Shouldn't be able to kill him.
Yeah, and he's actually kind of just... He's got Hector's got a little bit of extra money as well from the power cogs, not to mention. Now that you kick them out even further, once they're spent, they're pretty easy money for the Alchemist on top of the Eidolons. Lecter is going to stack this camp a third time, and we're about to see some Omega farmed Alchemist come through. He has been investing in his future, Winter.
He's gonna have at this point, 12 minutes Facebook Radiance.
Yeah,
13
looks
maybe.
like it.
With Soul Ring.
It's pretty darn good, honestly.
Radiant's bottom tower
Just goes to
is
show
under
how
attack.
strong of a hero Phoenix is these
Yeah,
days,
but
right?
I still feel like their lineup is quite clunky. You know? It's difficult
Look,
to play when they're
I
together.
agree. Look, they're gonna be like a teenager at the prom. You know, he doesn't really know what's going on. They're not really in control of their own body, but they got their eyes on the prize. And Party in the USA just came on. You know, they're gonna get their stuff going. You know what I mean?
Okay. I'll pretend I know what you mean because I know what a prom looks like.
Dire's
Yeah,
top
you know,
tower
again,
has
it's just we'll see. We'll see what they grow into. Let's give them some space. Let them cook a little bit. We were all baffled by this last pick Huskar just as much, and the shift to the Ember off lane. You know, let's get over the shock. Let's see how they're going to react. Have MOUZ made any adjustments themselves? Not that I'm seeing. Here's a nice hook shot now onto the Schofield, who, by the way, is still level 4. He's having a bit of a miserable time.
Yeah, they didn't get
Killed by
the
force.
wisdom, right? They lost both the wisdom runes.
That's correct, yeah.
And they are ahead in net worth because of Elk, but they are behind in XP, which I feel like it's actually worse for them
Right.
with their heroes. Because you have Phoenix and Hu Wing, they're both kind of very dependent on their levels.
Well, Phoenix has gotten some time at least, as you've seen Analog kind of jump into the jungle for the most part. In fact, King Jungles has had 2 power runes so far. He's got the Amplified Damage, which is the 6-minute. Now he's got this Illusion rune to help him feel extra safe and sound. But now that I've had a peek around, MOUZ are playing this game like it's, you know, your everyday game. They're not really changing up any of the builds, no item reactions. Which is not surprising. You know, they still have a game plan. Scale on this Ursa, show up to fights a bit later.
Dire's
But
top tower
no
is under
such
attack.
items such as a Heaven's Halberd or anything else too early on.
Radiant's bottom tower
Heaven's
is under
Halberd?
attack.
On who?
Well, no one's building that. That's exactly what I'm saying. No one is building that. By the way, it's an 11-minute
Radiant's structures
Radiance
are fortified.
for Hector.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The man knows his farming patterns, you know. If you want to learn about efficient farming patterns, you look at Hector.
Yep. There's very few other players I'd recommend. Wholeheartedly agree with you there. Okay. And so Heroic, they will push down bottom. And honestly, until there's a slightly better initiation, or maybe the triple D for Supreme, you might not have the best team fight right now. Heroic seem fairly eager to fight. And, well, there's Chain Gang going to work a little bit now, Bengen. He's going to already pop that Demonic Purge. However, Schofield giving chase, actually finds his man, still only level 4 on this Hoodwink. So can't really follow up with
still
anything.
level 4?
It's Schofield, brother. He's the most sacrificial player, one of the most sacrificial players. He's up there with a Spartan, basically, okay? It's what he does.
No, Spartan is sacrificing in a different way. He'll be like 0 and 5, so it's different.
Well,
He uses his body.
he might be 0 and 5, but Schofield is level 5 14 minutes into the game, okay? He just does it in a different way. He uses a little bit of space, I would say.
Yeah, but at least he does it in a way where he doesn't feed his opponent's gold, you know?
There's only 1 death on Schofield, right? Not so bad. It's a pretty low kill game, Winter. We might be in for another...
Yeah, but low kill
Blacklist
game.
G2
Look
game
at the
one.
net worth. Heroic is 6k ahead.
Well, I
1-1.
mean, this is 3
Look at the
Elk. Yeah. This Elk's pretty big, huh? And then the rest is King Jungles.
Inflation at its best.
A little bit, yeah.
Dire's top tower is
How
under
do you
attack.
combat inflation, Rishi?
Dude, if I knew, I probably wouldn't be a Dota caster.
You
I'm not gonna lie
hike
to you.
the overnight policy rate.
I have no idea what that means. Listen, Winter. No idea what that means. I'm a renter, okay? Narman is gonna run right into Hector, and Hector's not bothered by this in the slightest. He's like, you can steal my experience. I'm just here for the gold. I'm an alchemist.
You
I
think
haven't
if
seen a
he's playing some other hero, he's not there for the gold? He's playing some Chaos Knight, some Life Stealer.
Oh, hold on. Hector throws the stun. However, Narman can just
He's
simply
baiting.
walk out
His
of
team is
Togs.
here.
Yeah, that's true. Icarus dive on in. Force doesn't have his BKB. Has a black hole. As there's going to be the jump in, a slight save, but the Supernova's down. Black hole still going to be committed here as Narman is burning down Supreme, trying to do damage, but it's not nearly enough as Force. His black hole ends. His life ends even just as soon as Supreme trying to hide out. They catch him there and burn him down between the Radiance and the Flame Guard. Narman is able to escape, however. But you can see Analog, he's just straight into the triangle. He wants a bear. He won't quite find it. And he's not going to actually get that last hit either. That was a very nice level 1 rocket flare as well from Narman to collect that.
You know what's nicer? That preemptive egg from King Jungles there. Anticipating that the Enigma would black hole on the out. Just popping the egg so make it really awkward for MOUZ to commit there with the black hole.
Take
It's
another
good
look
play.
at that fight now. Yeah. Stun on a Supreme, which meant that once he was basically in the AoE, he had no way back out, did he? Very tough fight for Supreme, who is going to continue to be kind of stunted here off of his start, thanks to the existence of basically this Huskar.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I do feel like this lead is actually not as enormous as it looks like. Like when it comes to the high ground, you have a Shadow Demon with Disruption to defend with the Poison Spam, you have the Black Hole and everything else.
Look, I think
You just
make
need
a lot of
one good
sense.
fight. Yeah, you just need one good fight on the high ground.
Look, I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, you're talking about a 10k net worth lead at 15 minutes in, and we're about to get our first Aegis already.
Everything is
I mean,
on the Elk.
Okay, hold on.
So
hold
in
on,
theory,
hold on. Hold on.
yes,
Careful
I'm
here.
holding. I'm holding
Gotta
on.
be careful for that armlet. Little team fight breaking out now, making sure that Narman isn't going to be able to snipe this little Huskar on no HP, as there's going to be the Searing Change catching Narman. Analog gets to work now. Did miss out on that inner fire, but he's got the rest of the team here ready to support him as he picks off that pesky Clockwork.
Still
That
maxing
Mothel
power
transfusion.
cogs. He's still maxing power cogs on Clockwork. I don't think
interesting.
I've seen people do that anymore after the nose.
I haven't seen people do that for a long time, actually. I have
Yeah,
seen
that's
most
true.
people- Maybe this is just better now that they nerfed it in 736C, so
Yeah.
that you get your cooldown back.
Yeah, I guess if you max it, the mana burn is the same. I don't know.
And the cooldown.
I still feel
Either
like I'll feel sad if I do this. I don't get to push out waves as Clockwork without my battery assault.
Now, Winter, you're telling me we're looking at a 10 to 11k net worth lead with an Aegis on a Huskar.
I
Are you
am
telling
telling
me-
you, it is not as bad as it looks.
Okay.
The
Tell me on this.
sunshine is about to be seen. The storm is going to be over. You just need to ride the storm. Run into the hurricane.
All right. Get through the eye of the storm.
Yes.
Winter, are you the same kind of guy who's like, if I had the choice between $1 million and paying you $1 million, I would rather pay you $1 million, so, you know, I get the hustle? Because I'd rather be on the team with a 10k net worth lead 17 minutes in. Even this team. My
that's
offlane
not-
Ember Spirit
That's
has
not what I'm
Guardian
trying to tell
Greaves.
you. I'm not trying to
know?
tell you I prefer to be on MOUZ side, but I'm just telling you it is not as bad as it looks. The
All right,
inflation
all right.
is
I get that.
exaggerated, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I get what you're. I'm just giving you a tough time here. Okay. Hook shot. As
Why?
Narman getting away from his enemies. Yule Scepter
Oh,
is
no.
self-cast there. Almost.
Fat
there, almost for
fingers.
King Jungles.
Fat fingers. Yeah, why are you giving me a hard time, Richie? Did I not promise to behave? You know, be on my best behavior?
Oh yeah. You've tried. Okay. When are MOUZ ready to fight though? Because it looks like for now, Winter, they are going to let this tier 2 tower go. Maybe even the mid tier 2 tower. That one's going to go.
Enigma
as
has
well.
BKB, Richie.
Radiant's bottom tower
But even
is
with the
under attack.
BKB, it doesn't feel like, oh, a go time BKB, and it just feels like, okay, I got BKB now.
Yeah, and Olnet's going to have BKB as well. So you have Battle Fury Ursa with BKB. So you will have double BKB. I
You
mean,
still
that's
need to
something.
farm
Under attack.
dagger on Enigma and dagger on Ursa. I feel like those
Right.
are the two key daggers that you just need to get, you know.
Yeah.
Even with the
this
BKB
won't
alone.
finish. Oh no. Oh, Hector. Oh, is he gonna be? You know, he wants the Eidolons. No, he wants the kills. He wants the kills. He settled for the kill. Maybe best if he can force the black hole from Enigma, as there's gonna be a hook shot on a Schofield, so the reinforcements being cut down as Hector is just soloing the Enigma. Down he goes. Narman as well, for as best as he tried, unfortunately, will not be able to change much of this outcome. He is only going to be a second kill now for this Alchemist, and now Winter. This is a little bit spooky because, yeah, sure, okay, the inflation factor, 8K of this 13K is only on the Alchemist, but he's almost finished with his AC. That's a huge timing here. It's a huge power spike for his Blink Radiance timing.
This is the biggest power spike for Alp with this build. Radiance, AC, Manta Star. You're looking to gain a foothold on the game whenever you get these 3 items. I think if MOUZ can somehow survive this timing, you get your dagger on Ursa and Enigma, you should be able to hold the game and stabilize the game. It's weird, I get it, you know, I'm saying this when they're 14k behind, but I assure you, it is not as bad as it looks.
Look, it's an Alchemist and it's a Huskar. This might be a freight train coming your way, but it's made out of glass. If you stop it, that thing is not starting up again. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. So Huskar, he's pretty strong too. 1 minute left on this Aegis. They are going to steal this Tormentor. That's not even... There's nothing you can do about this one, MOUZ. And I think they're just going to sit on this enemy side of the map for some time. Actually, can they do it?
Are they even stealing? You say that.
I don't. King Jungle. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's... okay, well, they stole it. They stole it. That's for sure. That's fine. It's, you know, acceptable losses.
But when you kill an enemy Tormentor, you have to leave behind a support hero as an offering.
Right. Yeah. A bit of a tough death there, unfortunately, for King Jungles. Kind of just tanked it, honestly. He had a Yule Scepter. It's fine. Okay, but I wanted to look at our Huskar, right? His Aegis is going to expire shortly. He's got a full Heaven's Halberd. He's got an armlet. Heaven's Halberd, which, by the way, no longer works as it used to with the BKB changes. Now that debuff immunity is a thing. If you are disarmed with the Halberd and then you use your BKB, you are no longer disarmed. That used to be kind of a soft counter to BKB, I guess you could say, for some heroes. Not the case here.
Round 2 Tormentor. Is anyone going to die?
King Jungles. Oh, King Jungles. Time to die again. No, he's fine, right? Surely. Okay, yeah. Right. The offlane Ember Spirit has Guardian Greaves. This is, of course, we're used to seeing this, right?
New tech. Coming to you in your SEA pubs.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Absolutely. I mean,
but
hey, I mean, this build,
you know the difference? What the difference will be? They don't have a Greaves. They're going to be Phase Boots, Radiance, and Shivaga.
Yeah, something really greedy. I mean, this seems to be working out. We're about to hit level 3 Chemical Rage for this Alchemist.
Oh, there's a gem on the Phoenix to clear out the TA traps as well.
Making this very difficult. Okay, and now we're ready to fight. Winter, there's still no Blink Dagger on our Enigma or our Ursa, so they are very prone to being kited here.
Is this an anti-timing, Richie, if they lose this fight?
Could be. I mean, but look, you've got Dagger, Deso, Dragonlance, the triple Ds for the TA. Supreme, he has had a boot on his neck. He's been born with the opposite of a silver spoon, basically, thanks to this Huskar. But he's clawed his way now back to relevance. He has, I wouldn't want to say he has one fight to get this right, but he's got one fight, you know, to make things right for his team. And I don't know if his team can back him up, honestly. Again, the lack of Blink Daggers here is troubling.
Yeah, I agree. I think they just need to go back and finish their dagger. I mean, Ursa has his dagger now. Enigma.
Right.
Enigma's dagger is probably the most important one. Once they have that, they kind of have
farthest away. He needs 1,000 gold.
They're gonna have a win condition in the team fights.
And I mean, the AC's finished. Ooh, Hector's courier is killed. That's kind of significant. It might have been.
Did he lose a link?
No, he didn't lose the full Lincolns. He lost the Perseverance. So troubling for sure. He's also cut a wave bottom. So this wave underneath the tier 2, which has been fortified just now, that's the last one they'll get.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And, well, tier 3 tower, they're ringing the doorbell. MOUZ, they will have to answer this. Ulnet, he's the last to TV back. Still has all the spells ready to use. Hook shot in! No! They caught the illusions! They caught the illusions from the Shadow Demon. trying to just burn them off there with the Radiance, and unfortunately prevented them from getting some kind of chase initiation there off the high ground.
Well, good news. They only lost the range racks.
And the tier 3, but yes, very true.
Dagger's almost there for Force.
Staring down the barrel of an 18k net worth deficit now, Winter. I mean, look, I still agree with you though. This is a push where you stop at once, and I think you're just back in this game, as crazy as that sounds. Schofield will probably end up blocking some move here. No, not quite. Ultimate won't catch him. Actually, Heroic with vision here. Might be trouble for MOUZ. I don't think so, actually. I think they're going to probably wait for the Lincolns to come back up in just 10 seconds, as we do hit a quick snag. Small issue here for King Jungles, but brief.
What did you learn?
They're gonna see Bengen on the ward. No TP on the Elk, so they can't fight.
Dire's top tower
He's pushing this bottom tower, or bottom lane. Might turn it into a tier 3 siege again. This time, though, MOUZ, they will be ready, and they'll answer with some force, as they have themselves a Blink Dagger soon on the sitting.
By the way, so he's just getting Lincolns to block the Shadow Demon
is
Disrupt. Is that it?
Yeah, or I guess Demonic Purge, maybe. Purge is pretty bad for him too, right? Doesn't have a BKB, can't dispel it with Manta. Leaves him to get kited in the fights. But yes, I mean, either or. I think there's only 2 in this game that are targeted, aren't there? I don't think it's for the Malefice.
Bottom tower is under attack.
So the $1 million question will be, who's gonna get an Aghanim Scepter from the Elk?
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tower is under attack.
If we get there, I don't know. I'm not convinced we're going to get there. For now, we're going to get ourselves a big old team fight, though, but it's MOUZ who are in position. However, Smoke's breaking as Defy Llama with some good intel. Sharpshooter didn't catch a single thing here, as you have Schofield rotating all the way around this fight. So second Sharpshooter ringing on through. Blink Dagger just delivered this courier on a secret mission. May change the outcome of this game, at least MOUZ. That's certainly what they're hoping for. So Olnik gets to work now onto the Roshan. This will go fast as well with the Meld and the Deso minus armor. So Heroic maybe looking to force things now as Analog. No BKB, no dispels available for him. This silence is very strong, but they're right onto the TA. The black hole counter initiation as the Supernova Sun does go down. The heals from the Sun Ray keeping everyone alive. They don't have enough damage, Winter. They've already lost to TA. They've lost Bennigan as Analog fighting mano a mano versus the Ursa Warrior. They're going to lift them. That's going to be the Enrage completely wasted. And the full team wipe here as the offlane Ember gives them the vision, gives them the catch. But ultimately, it's the Sunray which wins Heroic the fight and the game. It's over. GG.
GG. I mean, King Jungles again, you know, proving he's the king of the team fight with his egg. Again, very well timed reaction. He just immediately understood that the black hole is going to be there. He just needs to keep his teammates alive with the Sunray. And just making it very, very difficult for MOUZ to jump. Initially, it looked like 2 or 3 heroes there, but just couldn't fit.
Laner. Maybe a bit more boring if you ask him here, the Puck, rather than that last pick Huskar.
How dare you call Puck boring?
Ooh. Did you see that? Supreme, he juked him out. I think Hector's pinging. There's definitely a ward here. Supreme, he didn't have anything in the inventory. Gives him a nice friendly roar now that he feels like they've wasted the sentry. That's a sneaky move there. And look, the rest of his team, they're going to be now rotating around through where they are caught by Schofield, though. So a bit of outplays on both sides here. I'd love to see it.
Who's going to get the prize? An extra bounty rune. Like, usually you want to have all these early wards to scout out what your opponents are doing and trying to outfox them, you know. And here we go. Heroic late smoke, trying to outfox their opponents here.
But
get
I
extra
think MOUZ, we'll see if they can fall for it.
They might get 3 runes, I think. Steal 1 bot, take 2 top.
They just might. Or are they going to get aggressive? They want to look for the kill. Olnit They don't have a stun level. Plenty of damage, though, as that's a really, really great A-chord shot. Look at Olmit. He's just dying, going down, as the Voodoo Restoration at least allows him to draw first blood against Schofield before he falls to Divine Llama. So a small win there for MOUZ. Not bad at all. Level 1 heal here for Bengen, our Witch Doctor Extraordinaire. We've already gone through our facets, but again, I think the one to really highlight is going to be the Dawnbreaker. That's the one you don't always see. This Gleaming Hammer.
I was kind of thinking before, if you're doing this build, do you go for like some Locket build and try to play around the heal though? Because I felt bad doing it on the core Dawnbreaker. If it's a position 5, maybe it's fine. Because core Dawnbreaker, you kind of also want to deal damage. That's why you like to see builds like Blade Mail. Sometimes you see Desolator.
Yeah, I'm trying to see here what people tend to do.
Aghanim
No,
should be core on this hero right now.
That's what you would think. I mean, okay, so Sacred's played this twice. A fellow, I believe he's South American, isn't he? Sacred, if I'm not mistaken. He doesn't always do this. He likes to go for still like a harpoon, depending on the game. Maybe if he feels like a Mage Slayer is good, then he will go into Ags. Is a Mage Slayer good this game? Not
No.
particularly. I mean, it's good against a puck, but when are you going to hit a puck as a Dawnbreaker?
I think
right?
you just need to build armor first, you know. While,
I think Schofield's dead, by the way. Yeah, he just gets ran down. Finds himself on the wrong side of 2 enemy heroes. Sorry, you were saying?
Armor items, Blade Mail. Because you're playing into Sven, Bench, Pango, or physical damage. And if you think of Dawnbreaker as a hero, you generally don't build items early that give you armor. So Blade Mail kind of feels like a natural build this game. It helps you farm, gives you armor, so it helps you survive. Gives you some damage.
All right.
Blade Mail is always nice against puck. All these spells where you throw out and you have no control over it.
A little bit of water rune shenanigans. As I think Analog will win out big here. No, actually Supreme tried to block him from getting 2. So 1 water rune apiece here, 2 minutes. These things, you know, important to mention them in case they end up skewing one way or the other. It's on
Hector,
top
they're
on the
pressuring
force,
him.
but they're going to set up now on Hector. King Jungle's trying to clear the Swarm Beetle for him. As Hector, oh, he's just going to live by the skin of his teeth there. Nice job, but how much regen do they have? Not a whole lot here to try and continue contesting, and they're in no shape to fight for that 3-minute Lotus that just spawned in either.
Yeah, KJ probably has to die in this lane. Go back, get some regen back to the lane.
Right.
It's the perfect time to die as a support.
Well, Hector at least has got a wave under his tower, so he can take things a bit easier. He's been fed another Tango. He can stay a bit longer in this lane, but yeah, it's not looking so great here.
Yeah, I mean, this is the Dawnbreaker Weaver lane coming to fruition. It's a lot of pressure in the early stages. Bench is not the best position 5 to keep the lane stable for you. It's more like a kill lane, you know. If you're not killing the enemy heroes, the bench doesn't have a lot of value in the lane.
Oh, Bengen throws the stun down bottom. They're countered, however, by that bushwhack up top lane. Narbin getting very aggressive now versus King Jungles. They've already thrown the Stormhammer, so they don't have another one immediately ready to go. So Norman can continue playing as aggressively as he has been. And Bengen down bottom. I mean, he has been doing great work with this Voodoo Restoration, I have to say. I mean, he is almost always on full HP. This PA as well doesn't really have too much to fear between the Magic Stick and a very spam-heavy enemy lane.
It keeps the lane in a very stable state. Your carry is topped up. He doesn't... Sure, you can't kill the enemy, you know, without your Voodoo Restoration or your Maledict, but it means that your enemy can't kill your carry as well.
Yep. And I think for a PA, she's pretty pleased with that. I don't think she's always looking for all the max kills.
Yeah. If you're a PA, you're Terrorblade, you're really happy with this type of Witch Doctor playstyle. You're going to get your farm?
Yeah, he's okay. He's just stealing a bounty here. Thought maybe he was going to rotate, but not having level 6 yet. A bit early for him to rotate all the way to this top lane. where Hector is currently struggling, we should say. He's about to get a big wave under his tower, though. So that is certainly something for him. He needs it, though. Here's King Jungles, ready to counter for force as he does get aggressive. They've also fortified the wave here, Winter. Swarm Beetles applied. Hector will swiftly clear those. 6 wand charges now as he's going to be forced to fight Schofield. He'll rotate through as well with the airborne shot. He's got a blood grenade as well. Connects on that... connects on the stun as King Jungles will be able to at least assist in that kill. Force dies as Narman, he's in a bit deep now. Sakuchi in 3 seconds, trying to use all of his regen, but he will drop as well. Supreme actually rotating here. He does not have level 6, and he's missed out on the damage, so the salve goes uncancelled. And that is a big rotation to miss out on.
This move would have been perfect if Wish Doctor came through the gates and connected, because they had a big wave under the tower. I think that would have actually made everything perfect. But now 6-minute rune, power rune, Supreme, still not level 6 yet.
No, he's not. Compared to Analog, who has Dream Coil, just a bit lower on the mana. Shield rune sniped by Bengun, as you've got now a very tanky Witch Doctor walking around.
I mean, still not the worst, for them. PA is like still getting okay-ish farm. The bot side, Dawnbreaker is having a good time. He has a wave under his tower. Double Bracer, Phase Boots.
Sorry, I'm just laughing because King Jungles left Hector's boots on the ground, seemingly randomly. King Jungles, who might be caught here, was maybe making a play for that Wisdom Rune and, well, basically has no chance, which Supreme just kind of hit him with the drive-by.
He didn't
down bottom, Divine Llama. They're set up for him now. Look at the Headhunter. They've also hit him here. It's only a level 1 Maledict, so he doesn't have to be too much worried, but there is a dinosaur coming to bash his skull into the ground. That will certainly do the trick, even with a level 1 Maledict.
Yep, Wisdom Runes 1 apiece, unlike the last game. It's a much more balanced start this time.
Yeah, indeed. And, of all things, it's actually a K1 who this time, especially in a jarring comparison to Game 1 on his Alchemist, he is the bottom of CS as well as net worth here. He is a Sven, so of course this will eventually start to really accumulate, but for now he is certainly suffering. I think Divine Llama missed. It's only a level 1 Swashbuckle here, but wasn't able to connect that one onto Almit.
So this is going to be his thing on the offlane Dalai Lama, playing all these mid heroes but buying the offlane items.
I guess so. What's another hero you can do it on? Offlane Storm? What's like the most offlane SF, right? That's got to be the most cursed.
Yeah,
hero.
SF with mech.
Yeah, Schofield. Oh, actually, I thought he was going to have to run away, but he's looking for more. Another bushwhack in 6 seconds. They connect on a stun as Bengen hits him with a very rapid paralyzing cast. Does more damage, really, than stun, but it's good enough, at least, to stop him from getting as the Ulnit as they kill King Jungles in return. 5 heroes down bottom now for MOUZ Divine Llama. He'd love to get away from here. He's got another shield crash at the ready, but he's picked up mid-jump as Ulnit collects a second kill, turning that one around very swiftly.
I mean, still, the Heroic managed to force a lot of rotations from MOUZ there. Hector is farming top. You have Analog farming middle. I think it wasn't so bad for Heroic losing even though they lost the Pango there. I think they are okay with the trade.
Starting to see a lot more methodical as well on the Phantom Assassin. Observer just highlighting that one. I think even with the buffs to Veiled One, still end up seeing a lot more methodical. Some big crit damage she'll eventually be doing, but needs to count to 6 every single time she.
And you know crits. Something changed about this hero. So break doesn't stop the innate, right? That's what I remember. The interaction. So because before the evasion is on the blur, so when you break her, it actually stops the evasion. But now because it's innate, it actually doesn't get stopped. And top lane, here comes the Primal Beast.
Yeah, Hector, this time he's not going to live, but what will it cost them as the rotation from Analog is, well, honestly, it's not enough damage. These are very tanky heroes. However, Divine Llama, ready to go with his first Rolling Thunder, is going to get picked up in no time at all by Supreme, who will eventually fall. Yes, indeed. Analog's got the damage he needs, and Divine Llama drops a tip onto his basically counter pick there.
Space, they killed the Sven. Ultimately, you're happy if you're MOUZ with that trade. I mean, still haven't really seen Dawnbreaker use ulti yet.
Speaking of using ultis, we have seen Hector use an ulti. Dawnbreaker ulti to save the PA bottom. So we did see that once just a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, we were talking about the build, yeah. So still very curious about what the Dawnbreaker is going to go for this game. Is anyone going anything out of the ordinary? BKB Rush on Supreme. PA is getting Battle Fury. Sven has Mask of Madness. Park going for Witchblade. Yeah, I guess everyone's going for the normal builds for their heroes right now.
Yeah, pretty much. Nothing too crazy or exciting. Divine Llama, not too unlucky, as he's hit once or twice there, I believe, by the Paralyzing Cask. I think it is going to be a lot of normal items, so to speak, right? Mask of Madness, Echo Saber, BKB for Sven. Yeah. Nothing too crazy here.
Slower pace game. You have
a PA, certainly slower than a TA Huskar, right?
Yeah, but it could ramp up, for MOUZ, because you still have like a Dawn with Primal. You're running around. Primal has caught the target here. Schofield going to sacrifice himself, breaks the gang, stops the gang.
Heroic, they will smoke opposite as they suspect MOUZ have smoked away from their carry. They'd be correct here, but they might not be able to catch up to Ulman in time, who is farming pretty rapidly now with a completed Battle Fury. But it's not... Oh, now he's moving faster from camp to camp. Just finally got his brown boots online.
Yeah, he's actually pretty fat.
He's big.
I mean, Sven's keeping up. Sven should, in theory, come online faster than the PA when you get your Dagger plus BKB with your Master Madness.
Yeah.
PA kind of needs a lot more.
But I'm not so sure. Maybe this methodical coup de grace really allows you to flash farm a lot faster now with Battle Fury. This could just be a Schofield dying again top lane. It very much so looks like it. It's Supreme. He got to be careful here. He's actually committed the onslaught. Swap does buy a bit more time for Schofield, forces a bit more pressure, as that is going to be a lot of damage, even with a level 1 Maledict. I don't know if King Jungles lives through this. Gives them the vision they need to continue chasing after Supreme. King Jungles chasing till his dying breath. 30 HP. He just barely lives as Supreme pulled back now by that jostling rift, and he is going to pay for the dive onto the Hoodwink. That was not worth it, unfortunately, for Supreme.
How did he know he was going to survive the Maledict? I was like, oh, is he actually not going to mech him?
Oh, level 1 Maledict, I guess. He just knew he was going to be fine. I thought it would be a higher level Maledict, but this is, of course, a Paralyzing Cask build. 4-1-1 right now on the level 7 Doctor.
You get to push out waves, get a farm, get your Holy Locket.
It's true. I mean, you've got what? You've got a Primal Beast and you've got a PA, right? PA is not joining these fights anytime soon, as we've established. And does your team really need the damage amplification from Maledict? Seems like Death Ward would be enough. I guess this build makes a lot of sense. Ben, again, he's got a doctorate in Witch Doctor, Really completed his studies there.
Yeah, I kind of look at a couple of his games when he was playing the hero a lot, the last couple of qualifiers, and I felt like he has a pretty good understanding of the hero. I love his build, getting Arcane Boots into Locket, just running around, keeping everyone alive, just being that annoying healing ward, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Healing ward who can turn into a death ward with that voodoo switcheroo.
He doesn't
which
even get
is
the shot, bro. Like, if he gets it on, he gets it from the Tormentor, but he
the
doesn't buy the
Tormentor,
shot.
Yeah, pretty much. You've got
And
heroic
the other
supports.
thing important is you get the mana reduction talent at level 10. Because you
Yep.
run into mana problems with this hero.
Yeah, especially when you take levels in Voodoo Restoration early and you actually use it.
Own it.
Team fight mid. Is it just a pick off? It is until the rotations come on through. That's a very nice rotation from Force with the ulti, the Solar Guardian, and now Bennigan keeping him topped up. Wow,
Wait, is he
instant
rushing-
rotations.
He's rushing pipe on Dawnbreaker.
Force?
Really?
Yeah, it
This
appears
game?
to be. Well, let's look at it, right? What does it stop? It stops Puck,
Puck.
basically in her tracks.
Is it?
Yeah. Stops you from dying to the sharpshooter. Tanks a sharpshooter
So
and a
he's trying
bushwhack.
to use his Celestial Hammer to heal, give the pipe buff. Kind of like a pseudo frontline. Okay, he is a frontliner with this build. Because he's pretty tanky. And he's gone for the Celestial Hammer slow as well. So just fully playing around the hammer. Because normally you see I think you normally see the damage more on the Starbreaker.
I agree. I'm thinking how this is going to play out because you do still have a lot of physical damage coming through.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, so in a team fight, you're just gonna put your hammer in the middle, pop your pipe, and just tank. It's rather strange, but yeah, we'll see.
Well, I guess more realistically for him, he's going to be ulting in.
You know why I'm
healing.
asking this question? Because if he wants to like buff and save his team, I'm just thinking you buy Axe, you give
Right,
evasion,
the miss rate.
miss chance against the Sven, then that would actually be better. I feel like it makes you tankier.
Timely invisor in there for Analog, by the way. He breaks a smoke. He sees a lot of enemies here. He probably saw him. I don't know if he saw him put down the ward, actually. Benjamin might have been in the fog. But it will at least allow him to dodge a death. MOUZ are like, what has happened here? Why is no one farming this camp? A bit unlucky for them, but fortuitous timing for Analog on the Invis rune activation. He was just refilling his bottle as well. He didn't really so much care for the Invis as much as he did for the regen. But he'll be very happy with what that information has bought him. Enough time for him not to fall here. And in fact, will they actually try and defend this? Observer Ward has scouted Divine Llama and now Analog behind the tower, but the initiation, well, it's a bit telegraphed here with the onslaught. As out they go, there's going to be the coil. Stop Supreme from picking up Divine Llama. Still doesn't want to go for the Rolling Thunder for the difficulties that it presents here. Another break here onto the Primal Beast, but with that Pipe of Insight buff, Winter, there's really no way in for this fight for Heroic.
Yeah, pipe plus the mech on the Witch Doctor. They have a lot of sustain and the heal for Mage Doctor. So he's very, very different with this type of playstyle on the Dawn. He's not like playing across the map and connecting, but instead he's just being with his team, giving the aura, and they're pushing the tower together.
Yeah, I guess so, right? And then at some point, I guess later in the game, you will play a bit more disconnected. Because you're right, it does kind of rebuke the... This is like, how should I say? It's like Spectre, right? Where you kind of play away from your team and then you ult into the fight. Careful here, Supreme, this time. Oh, well, he's got BKB. Reckon he'll be just fine. They've tagged him there with the sharpshooter, but this BKB lasts long enough here on its first use to see him all the way to his tower safely. Bengen, he might be the one to get caught now. Coil available in 10 seconds as Analog with this Arcane. I mean, he is kind of unstoppable, as in you're not running from this puck with an Arcane. That is not happening.
Rush is going to be the next thing. Bench plus Ven. Pick off
Yeah,
into
it should
Rush.
be pretty fast. It should be pretty fast. He also got Lucky Shot, not to mention. No way in to contest this fight, really. And so first Aegis to Analog, to Ector, to Analog. Not to the offlaner. Isn't that weird? Smoke play, MOUZ. They want to fight immediately into this. Even with BKB on cooldown for 30 seconds, King Jungles finds a stun here onto the Primal Beast, but it's the PA joining this fight that might present an issue. A swap sees King Jungle still alive as he's being incredibly annoying in these fights. It's a big stun onto 3, but they're all being healed now by the Solar Guardian. There's going to be the pipe buff, but what do they have for the physical damage that now the Sven provides? Sven without an Aegis now on the retreat as Olnet giving chase. Olnet with his own BKB ready to use. Olnet, who almost was assisted there by Supreme, catching up. They're diving the tower. They're trying to kill Hector. Another little root, another stun here, but they still persist as 5 heroes dive underneath the tier 2 tower and take down the Sven. And Winter, they barely got a scratch. They're all so healthy.
Yeah, thanks to the Witch Doctor. The pipe, the mech, everyone's alive and well. Like Heroic definitely have some damage problems. They have to try to split the map and get more items on the Sven. Finish the MKB, get AC at some point.
They just don't really seem to be scared of this Sven crit damage. I mean,
you see the
really nice stun.
You see the difference between the Hoodwing bench and you compare it to the Witch Doctor and the Weaver, you know, how much they're doing in the team fights.
Bit of Bengen Witch Doctor magic. Turning their bones into a fine powder, and Olnet was not even pressured to use the BKB in that last fight, just holding on to it, running down Heroic, who misjudged their strengths there, is, I think, most accurate. And now, well, it's back to the farming patterns for them, for Hector, really. Olnet's closed the gap and has proved himself to be quite the threat.
Is she back in the meta now? PA? Zero seems like...
I'm going to check Spirit's tweets. Where did Yatoro rate him? That's the real question. That is the real question here. Oh, that's Aegis taken. Excuse me. They've just sniped his Aegis. That's rude. And now I think they're going to take his life. Let's see. It is a puck. Hard hero to catch. Traditionally, the blink out. Yes, safe and sound. But sniping the Aegis is certainly going to be a warning sign here for Heroic. You can see that it didn't gain anything with that Aegis, really. In fact, I'd say they really lost out on that Aegis. Was not what they were going to be looking for there. As MOUZ, even without a BKB for Supreme, fight immediately following that. And in fact, I think they're going to fight again. Arcane Rune in the bottle. BKB ready to go all around. His Olnet stalking his prey. Sees his man. It's Hector. Hector, who's still farming, but decides not to farm the Ancients. And this time, it'll save his life. Olnet swipes in, steals another kill here as he takes down King Jungles.
Frost is about to complete his Crimson Guard. 200 gold.
Wow.
So he's changed his build. So he's went for Crimson plus Pipe.
So he's really just... We might see him use Solar Guardian, like, you know, locally in the fight. Not even, like, globally.
Yeah,
It
you
does
stand
heal
next
you
to
now,
your
by the
team.
way.
Yeah, you stand next to your team, pop your auras, and
Right.
kind of just be like a Underlord or Darkseer in a way.
Yeah. Maybe this is OP, because before you could not get healed by your own Solar Guardian. Now you can in 736. So maybe this is like... Maybe it's just better, right? That used to be a big weakness of the hero. Divine Llama, he's going pretty far out for this. There's a break onto Olnet, which I believe does break the innate ability, Winter. I'm not too sure, though. We'll have to keep our eye out for that. Supreme being held at bay, but he will conserve his BKB charge. And instead, it seems to just be a Tier 2 Tower Siege, which is on the menu for MOUZ.
I mean, Heroic definitely have a lot of problems in the team fight now. They can't kill heroes, so they're gonna have to do this dodge, play the map for some time. Because Pango is not like really a damage dealer right now with this Guardian Grease build.
Yeah. No, certainly not. And I mean, Sven, he's going to have to fight into this Crimson Guard. Here goes the fight, by the way. That's a puck that they've caught. That's a puck that they've killed. Olnet, unstoppable now, certainly feels that way as Narman giving them the catch, giving them the vision, the advanced knowledge to catch a second. This is going to be the Vengeful Spirit going down just as quickly. SNY finished for Olnet. What a game he is having on this Phantom Assassin now up to level 3 coup de grace. And it seems like they will also be able to punish the Rat. Schofield, missing out there on the Bushwhack. Unlikely to live through this anyhow. 3 heroes dead just like that. Divine Llama and Hector are here. Hector has MKB. Is this the damage that they need, Winter? Can they actually fight this? Certainly not, right? I feel like this Onlet, this PA is just unkillable right now.
Yeah, too much damage mitigation from Witch Doctor plus the Dawnbreaker, Crimson, the heals.
Well, they're going to give it a go as Hector. They're both going to BKB and just start slapping each other. It's actually kind of working out for Hector. Not going to lie, it's really working out for Hector. The heals, but Olnet, he jumps out of it. Hector going for more. His BKB duration has been kited, but he receives a friendly swap on out. Force, and now Supreme look to close the gap. They're on to Hector. Hector's still lifestealing through this, though. They have nothing to stop this pulverized Hector. He's still just fighting. He's fighting them all. He's finally got through 2. They buy back instantly on the puck. They take down Olnet. That's a 750 streak there for Divine Llama as King Jungles takes down Bangin. Heroic. They fight for their right in this game. MKB was the item.
Yeah, for MOUZ, they kind of botched the Dawnbreaker's ulti though, because the Witch, sorry, not the Witch Doctor, the PE actually jumped out of the Solar Guardian. I felt like if she's just stand there and fight with the Solar Guardian, she should be able to kill everybody there. Just a huge blunder there, in my opinion, for MOUZ.
And Hector just barely lives. You can see how much damage they really needed to focus on. It's a level 2 Death Ward there.
I mean,
Hector just tanks through it all.
They just
There
kind
he
of
is.
need
Look at him.
to.
He's
They
paused
just kind
up.
of need to draw out the fight long enough for everyone to kind of get another round of spells, and they eventually did enough damage. But on the other hand, I still feel like if MOUZ gets the initiation done correctly, they're gonna win the team fights easier.
Yeah. Schofield is going to get caught again trying to push a wave out bottom. He has constantly been this area to the point where MOUZ have picked him off twice with the same Observer Ward. But it's fine. He's finding money. He's slowly scaling, has a full Gleipnir completed on the Hoodwink. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of crazy. I really didn't think that was going to be the damage they needed. I'm not going to tell a lie, Winter. But now this seems much more within grasp here for Heroic after they find the full wipe on the MOUZ. Buy back onto Analog, you know, ultimately is unnecessary. But it does guarantee them that fight. So I'm sure they're not too upset with having committed that resource. But it does put them in a tricky situation for this next Rosh. It is a long Rosh. It's 2 minutes until he respawns. Which means it will spawn still top, but it'll only stay there for, like, what, 20 seconds?
Yeah, 20 seconds around. Actually, no, 1 and
Mike,
1 minute.
crazy. Hold on, my Matt. Let's let it tick up another 10 seconds, shall we? Yeah, it's gonna stay there for like half a minute, 30 to 40 seconds. But we might actually fight before then because in the mid lane, Heroic smoked up. MOUZ with better vision here. As oh my goodness, what a jump in! That was crazy. Gleipnir to follow up. There's gonna be the Rolling Thunder. Doesn't connect onto anyone quite yet, but Schofield murders Supreme. That's your control for the Rolling Thunder. The Rolling Thunder, which is now decimating these backlines. No way out of that one for Bengen. Not enough Voodoo Restoration for you there. And now Analog continuing to chase. Olnet has not had to use his BKB here. He's got a basher. He will escape to the creep wave. He's out safely. And now MOUZ, they are going to have to wait in anticipation here with a bated breath to see how quickly Roche will respawn. Heroic, they'd love to see the man in the pit now, but it's not going to be for another 40 seconds. That's a big talent.
I kind of
Olnet.
feel like the Dawn has to be with her team right now. I mean, with your Crimson Pipe build, you kind of want to be there initially. You drop your buffs and try to maybe help your team tank a little bit. Like if he's always like coming last and then not using his buff, he's coming down here.
Oh, there he goes. Yeah, there he goes. Now, Olnet, he might have to BKB here. He doesn't get his BKB off. Now he does. Turns back onto Hector with his basher. Hector trying to fight through this one. Hector trying to fight through this one. Gets the swap on out. That's going to burn this BKB duration from Olnet. Now he catches a stun. In goes Supreme. Finally gets his ulti off this time around. Solar Crest, the buffs, the shields. Is that going to be enough for Divine Llama to live through this one. It just might. Hector, he's going to turn for another round. He throws a stun. He finds a stun. As Schofield wrapping up this sharpshooter, he finds a stun onto Ulmet. Ulmet, who's still broken but still alive, being healed up by Bengen. Somehow still alive also is Divine Llama, as he almost gets off another Rolling Thunder before he's killed off. We've respawning in 2 seconds. Roshan is available for the taking, but they're going to probably have to do it now down bottom. That's how long this fight has run. That is an insanely long fight. Schofield is a madman, by the way. Just decides to piss off the entire world for, well, I'm not sure why. And he might get away with it. Look at this squirrel go. They can't stop this thing. No, okay, they can stop it. Hey, look at that. Do I see a smile on his face? No, not a hint of emotion. Just another day at the office for him.
Yep, guys, kill me, kill me. It's not even good for you.
Pretty much. I mean,
I once knew a player that always tell me whenever he feeds, don't worry, this skill doesn't mean anything. It's
Was
not
it
even
ice?
good for them. No, I'm
Was
not
it
gonna say
ice?
who. I'm not gonna
was
say
ice.
who. Every time going through the replay, making up stories about, oh, it's actually not good for the enemy to kill me. I don't know why they're killing me here.
Okay. Well, Heroic, they're going to try and take this 5-on-4 fight. 4-on-5, I should say. BKB's coming off cooldown now. As Roshan, he's going down. I think too fast now. Ulmet makes the jump in. Oh, my goodness. Analog. He sneaks in there. But he's not going to be fast enough. The timing was just about perfect. Didn't spook MOUZ into using any utility. Not a BKB, not an ulti dropped, nothing. And Roshan Banner collected by Bengen Aegis, most importantly, into the inventory for Ulmet.
Yeah, and if they actually get the hacks on the Dawn, it's going to kind of solve the problem of the puck, catching the puck.
That it will. Okay, a little cheeky bit of initiation there. Well, that might solve your problem just on its own. Okay, swap on out. There's going to be the stun. Oh my goodness, look at the cleave damage. Look at the cleave damage! They've taken down 2! Oh, Hector! Looking like he was about to find a rampage there. Only gets just the 1 as they manage to walk away just fine on the 1. Oh my goodness, Hector! He just two-shot the PA! What chances do you have now of having respawn? No! A disconnect! A lag! That is not where you wanted to see it.
Unfortunate. So I was actually wrong about them not having enough damage. But he actually had enough to go through the Crimson buff. Pretty sure he was actually hitting and killing them through the Crimson buff, through the mech, through the Grease aura, through everything.
Okay, we get a very fast G. We're not out of this fight yet, although I'm not sure if...
Can only do it 1v4. He has BKB.
Not sure. Well, we'll see. He's got BKB. He's got a small stun here. Oh, no. He can absolutely not do this. He is going to die. Or is he? Hector, he gets the triple kill. He's still looking for his rampage. He's fighting this Weaver bug as they just managed to TP away everyone else in time. Oh, that is so not how you wanted this fight to play out for either side. I think both teams are not going to be happy with the sequence of events, but ultimately they play on, and it's Heroic who win a major fight. Look at Hector. Are you sure this isn't the Hector of old days? He puts the entire team on his back, and he says 1, 2, 3, arriba, and lifts. And oh boy, did he lift in that fight. 14k hero damage all by himself. Look at this replay. Holy moly. This is the tail end of the replay as well. Should have seen him at the start. And of course, I mean, you hate to see it. You got to imagine this might be affecting the other streams as well. Our hearts go out to those Dota players, fans, and casters all having to try and make their way through this. But such is life for us here, unfortunately. Okay, short little lag spike. You can see King Jungle's not too happy with how that fight went either. But, oof. Guess it ended up working out.
I think plan B. Now,
For MOUZ.
your Dawnbreaker needs to use your stun to stun the Sven's BKB, your Solar Guardian. I think that probably has to change. I think you have to just try to disable the Sven during his BKB and then kite him out after. I mean, they're gonna get the Aghanims on the Weaver as well. That's gonna help.
Here's a problem, is that
Yes.
it is a 2.5 second from start channel to Solar Guardian until you land.
No, you know you can use it early if you get Aghanims.
If you get okay, that's true. Now
yeah.
you got eggs. That's a good
You
point.
can stun him early.
Okay. That's
It's
true.
a
That's true.
2-second stun. Kinda,
Okay.
almost 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's pretty long. 1.8. That's pretty decent. Okay, counterpoint. King Jungles can swap him out.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're happy if you're trading his BKB duration away. Because if the Sven doesn't have BKB, he's gonna run in. He's gonna get hit by stuns from either the Witch Doctor, or I guess, yeah, it's just the Witch Doctor.
Just the
Primal
Witch
Beast.
Doctor. Yeah, I mean, Primal stuns on BKB or not. Yeah, I mean, that very well could be a solution
At the
here.
same time, because if you're the bench, you're kind of wanting to use your swap to cancel the primal grab on your Sven. So if the other heroes kind of force you to swap out, like the Dawnbreaker stun or whatever, then it'll be good for it'll be good
Primal.
for the primal.
Yeah, makes his game a bit easier to play.
Yeah. I think
do
the
love
team fights. The team fights is gonna be about how can they kite the Sven's BKB. You know, MOUZ needs to try to drag it out, make sure that during the BKB charge nobody dies, keep everyone alive with your mech, Solar Guardian, and once he has no BKB, you turn on him.
It's all about the BKB duration then. My only concern here, Winter, is Hector's about to hit that 25 talent plus 50% God Strength damage. It's a significant buff right now. On top of, well, if he gets the Satanic online with the Wrath of God facet, he's going to be picking up even more damage, which is going to get further amplified by that crit. I'm starting to think he might not need more than a 2-second BKB to start cleaving through the entire team here. That's my concern, Winter. But we are starting to see some adjustments. Olnet, he's starting to tank up. He's going to go for his own Satanic now, so a secondary Dispel, as well as just more HP. Because Ben can try as he might. He's not healing through that Sven damage. We've hit the point of the game where that's no longer a viable path.
Nope, that is way past
That ship
way
sailed,
past the
as they
early
say.
game.
Divine Llama also is starting to maybe become a bit more of a nuisance in these fights. He has his level 20 talent, which is really nice actually with double jump, but further has an Ag Scepter and is well on his way towards that Basher to combine with that. He has been, I don't want to say a non-issue in the game. I think especially in the last 2 fights, he's been phenomenal. However, you know, going for a Blink Guardian Greaves build doesn't exactly leave you with the most damage or, you know, killing potential in these fights, shall we say.
Yeah, it's not his role. He's more
Sure.
like a frontliner slash control
Agreed.
team hero.
And there is our Sven 25, by the way,
Do-
with a full Satanic. We've bought
do
out
you
for it.
do you
Winter.
feel like Pango kind of is where he is right now compared to his diffusal days? Just try to kill everyone instead of right now where he is more like a hero that is very difficult to kill. He's a nuisance in a team fight. Do you feel like it suits his identity more as a hero?
I would agree, and you know what? He strikes me as a much more traditional offlaner. Remember back in the day, like he's an offlaner that would have fitted perfectly with the 1v3 meta. Remember when every offlaner had to get Triland and you needed to play like Faceless Void or Earth Spirit or something that could just like escape?
I mean,
He
you
feels a lot
still
like that.
you still played Darkseer, and what
Yeah.
what you would do is the level 1 you just put 3 Iron Shots and you go die in the lane and get a level 2.
Okay, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like he does feel like that typical offlaner, which I don't mind, and it really works with his innate as well. The
Yeah,
fortune
try
favors the bold.
telling that to offlaners that play Razor. Try convincing
Yeah.
them to do that.
Yeah, they want to play a core. They don't know, but they're in for something else now. Okay, Heroic. What are we in for here? What do they have to fight with? A Harpoon, a full Satanic. Hector, he's double balled out. He's holding on to this Ogre Seal Totem. He has so much base damage. And just wait till he pumps that God Strength. full Parasma. This Linken's an Arcane Rune in the bottle for Puck. Analog is a perfect time for him to fight as lines are being drawn on the map. They go to war here. Force, the last time they fought, he did not have this Acceptor. Now he has it. Not only is he going to give evasion, but he's going to give, crucially, a much faster, more reliable stun. As Hector, he will just start hitting the creep wave. He's walking so close to the fire, perhaps too close. He lands a stun first. He's just going to start nuking them all. Supreme, he lives. They're actually going to full channel this Solar Guardian now as Hector continuing to fight. Already it gets through Bengen. Hector onto his second target. Horse, the last time they fought, he did not have this Acceptor. Now he has it. Not only is he going to give evasion, but he's going to give, crucially, a much faster, more reliable stun. As Hector, he will just start hitting the creep wave. He's walking so close to the fire, perhaps too close. He lands a stun first. He's just going to start nuking them all. Supreme, he lives. They're actually going to full channel this Solar Guardian now as Hector continuing to fight. Already it gets through Bengen. Hector onto his second target. Wants to get through all of it. And there he goes. Defy Llama hit him with a stun. There was no BKB. He said lull. He lulled him in the middle of the LAN. Unbelievable.
That's insane, you know, the amount of damage that Hector had. Like, he actually killed them through like double, triple heals. Like, he was focusing the PA. He got full heal up basically from Solar Guardian, the Witch Doctor heal, the Grease and everything else, but he still managed to kill him again.
Yeah, damage for days. And Olnet just gets caught. He just gets caught off guard by the Basher. Didn't get the BKB off. It's a Rolling Thunder stun. And now he's sidelined for another minute. And look at Hector. This isn't even God's strength. This is just Hector. This is just Hector on a Thursday night.
And
Legendary amounts of damage for any Sven carry. Average Thursday night for Hector.
The man is on fire this series.
Look at the he's pinging. He's letting us know he is feeling great about that fight. Make no mistake, this guy loves taking mid laners and playing them in the off lane with Guardian Greaves first. And I mean, buyback check. Any buyback there, PA? No. You comfortable losing another lane? We'll just see about that now. As Puck jumping in, dealing some damage. Bengen able to heal it all off as Hector throws forward the stun. Happy with the melee, sorry, the ranged barracks and the top full lane deleted. Heroic, they will walk back to their side of the map with some swagger, Winter. They are feeling themselves.
Yeah, MOUZ is definitely not feeling themselves after that botch fight. I mean,
Look
their heroes
at Hector.
already.
Hector is just like rattling off commands. Every now and then you just catch him just ordering his team around on that camera. He is in the zone.
He's like the head chef, you know, standing at the pass and telling everybody, table 1,
Yeah.
dessert. Table 2, main course.
Where's the Basher? And here it is. Divine
Where
Llama.
is the... I mean, not gonna lie, you know, I mean, when you carry players like that, you just feel good on the team.
Look, I get it. You feel like you're in safe hands. Hector on a crit dealing strength carry. I think there are probably a fewer comfortable positions to be in a Dota 2 game. That is quite reassuring to me. And Olnet's racing, trying to get his 25 down. I don't know if this changes much, honestly. PA's talents are all decent, but nothing is completely game-changing as much as they perhaps need right now.
The fights are ending just way too quick for the PA. Like, she can't do her thing, spamming the daggers. Like, Sven is just killing everybody way too quick. They
She
jump in,
barely
they
gets
kill.
to count to 6. So sad.
That's very surprising, you know, you have this Aghanim of Weaver, but just they can't really outlast the Sven.
They're just too squishy.
Maybe
I
they
mean,
just have to jump in first and initiate. Because the last 2 fights they lost, they were kind of
Yeah.
baiting one hero in front and just
That's
waiting
true.
for Heroic to jump in. And then they counter initiate.
Wow. Wow. I mean, but look at this physical damage. I mean, our observer looked away for 3 seconds, and Roche is already dead. He just
Sven
forward Puck.
didn't take anything. He gave everything away to his people.
Wait, hold on. No way they catch Olnet here, right? No way they catch Olnet. They're smoking either side of the map. Okay, Olnet is TPing away, but you could see the lines on the map there. Heroic fighting. As I think this is perhaps the first PA 25 of the patch, which is why we had some missing no data there. What do you think he takes it? Does he go tripling dagger?
Triple dagger? They need more
I think
damage.
he goes for the attack to trigger the coup de grace. I don't know. I mean,
so one gives you more like AoE damage. The other gives you more damage to kill one hero. So you'll be better against the Sven.
that's what I'm thinking, right? And then what do you Satanic active? You get more lifesteal going. I mean, I guess that's it, right? I don't know if it's right. I'm not a PA player. I'm not a carry player. But that seems to me maybe what the doctor ordered here. This is not what the doctor ordered. He did not say you should lose your buildings. Because Hector has absolutely no chill here. I mean, there is a Crimson Guard buff on that building. You wouldn't believe it with the way how quickly that tower just went down. He's going to pull in Supreme, the permastuns. No. Okay, they will at least time-lapse him to safety. And actually, the break here onto Hector is pretty massive. Schofield providing the poke and harass from distance as Olnit from behind. He's looking for the initiation, but he did not expect Heroic to back off. He thought they would commit. That leaves him in a bit of an awkward situation. Rotating around here. He's in the Wishing Wells. He's so close to 25, but he's not close enough. Needs probably just one more camp. But all he has is one melee barracks. And he's fighting into a Sven who is massive, who has been demolishing him for the past... when did we pick up this MKB? Since then?
15 minutes ago, around there.
It is a tough game now for MOUZ.
Yeah, I mean, now the Sven also has a Rattle Cage. It's going to be very helpful against the PA.
Okay. He's on Stifling Daggers, by the way, at 25. I'm going to trust Olnit to know best. And, well, it might just be Divine Time. Is it Divine Time? It's Divine Time. Sure does clear that wave very effectively, but he might need to come back already. They have a Fortify. Hector, he's going to go ahead and double check to see if they have a Fortify. Are they going to use it here? No, they can't, because they're afraid of losing the game. So now you're playing into Megas. Not too big of a deal here with a PA at the end of the day, but she is still not close to the Divine Rapier. And Hector, he wants to end this game. Hector, he's onto your back lines. He's destroyed the Witch Doctor. Luckily, you do have a buyback force. Keep an eye on the Solar Guardian. 1 tier 4 tower already down. Supreme jumps on in. Hector, though, he's got so many dispels. He's got the BKB. He's got the Lotus. As the Coconut is bouncing around a little bit. And Supreme going on in. Oh, no, but there's going to be the swap on out. Can they still make this fight work out for them? Olnit makes the jump. He's got Divine Rapier in hand, so watch out for his damage. Heroic, they are still continuing to fight, though, as Hector jumps forward. Schofield with the kill onto Force. He does have a buyback. Supreme jumping in again, doesn't have BKB or Pulverize, just looking to try and make an opening for his carry to save the day. They need Olnit to make a miracle happen. Level 25, Rapier in hand, but no heroes to hit. He just can't get on top of anyone. Heroic running for the hills here, happy with what they've gotten so far, as there's going to be the swap. They want to try and take down Supreme. He is going to be time-lapsed by the Weaver. Weaver throws his life in exchange for that, as now Bengen, he's bought back already. He can't really afford to go down. That'll make it a 5 versus 4 here, as Bengen will eventually drop. But there's more problems. It's Supreme. He's been caught. He's down as well. And Olnit, this time he's not going to let Divine Llama lull him in the middle of the fight, but he just might have to, because there's an Abyssal Blade. Divine Llama on his man. He wants that Rapier. He wants this win, and they're going to get it. Hector finishes the game with a triple kill, and it is a 2-0 victory here for Heroic.
Yeah, earlier today, we saw Abed show, and this game, it's going to be the Hector show, you know, just showing